We're going to celebrate and honor a student in this program that's maximized this program, that not only did the right things inside of here, but went into the Roar and lived the code outside of here. And there's so many students here, it's like I didn't know where to start. But this one really hit home, and his story and how hard he's worked, not only here, but outside of here, to be, you know, relentless in his pursuit to get to where he wanted to go. And I'd say he's pretty damn close to being there if he's not there already. So this trophy here is for the Warrior of the Month, and it's for Rob Pavlik for and he's going to tell his story today.
Yeah, no, I was laughing, and I kind of let the cat out of the bag with Fran. I said I always show up prepared in some way, somehow. So I'm going to refer to some notes and everything. I'm not going to ramble too long, but I think the biggest thing right now is it's Good Friday, and let's just remember, I try to learn two things in life. I try to be thankful for everything, and I try to forgive. So being Good Friday, let's try to keep that in mind. That if somebody messes up, I mess up, try to forgive them, and let's just be thankful for what we have. So I want to get that message as being Good Friday. But I wanted to tell you all a little bit about myself. I'm originally from Cincinnati, Ohio. I was born and raised there. I'm married to a lot of y'all know my wife, Michelle. She's also a fellow warrior in there. And I wanted to thank her, because if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be here in this program. I remember way back, I joined in August, and remember, I kept on getting these obnoxious emails from somebody about this program, this 8-week program, and she was, why don't you go check that out? And thank God I did, because you know, I'm a totally different person than where I was in August. We have two boys, Wayne and Matthew. Wayne is 8, Matthew is 4, and I'll talk a little bit about Wayne here in a little while. I grew up in Cincinnati, like I said, and I was always kind of that short little fat kid. I've always been fat. You know, I heard your story a couple weeks ago. Phil, I was always that fat kid, always struggled with life. I think it was made hard. My dad owned and ran a restaurant, so food came easy. I mean, we were always grabbing things. Your dad was always bringing stuff home. One thing in life that me and my two older brothers always had in common, we were big baseball people. My uncle played Major League Baseball. My brother played baseball at Michigan State. I actually played 1 year at Tennessee. And that was kind of the core thing that we always had going on. Tyler and I have always shared stories about baseball. I think the one thing that really got me in life, working hard, I'll never forget, my dad always had me and my two brothers in the batting cages every Saturday. If you know anything about the weather in Cincinnati, in February, you can have 5 feet of snow. It didn't matter. My dad always had us in batting cages. And I'll never forget, one Sunday night, my dad was driving us in there, and there was only 2 cars in the parking lot. You had one who was the manager, and then this was like in the early 80s, and you had an early 80s like Porsche sitting in the parking lot. And I remember getting out of the parking lot, and my dad kind of getting a smile on his face, and he goes, "Do you know who that is?" I had no idea, and I'm probably 9 or 10 years old, and I kind of looked, and I remember it's an Ohio license plate, and it just had the number 14 on the back. So we walk in, and it's my dad, the manager, my 2 brothers, and there's Pete Rose sitting there. And I'll never forget, it's just this 9 or 10-year-old kid, and I'm just sitting there, and Pete could place the ball anywhere he wanted. Say what you want about Pete, he's a dirtbag outside of baseball, but I kind of took his work ethic and kind of ran with it. And when I got to high school, I was still that short little fat kid. In my first 2 years in high school, I was actually cut from the high school baseball team. And I was kind of ridiculed that, not only by my weight, but because I didn't make the team. I really kind of took that to heart. And I remember that Sunday night with Pete, just how hard he worked and all that stuff. And I ended up turning myself into an all-city baseball player, and then in turn walked on at Tennessee. So a lot of y'all know, I'm sort of close with him, sort of not. You guys know a classmate of mine from Tennessee. We were there at the exact same time, Peyton Manning. So I haven't talked to Peyton in a while, but I ran into him. Geez, we used to go to Mardi Gras together, and it's kind of funny because nobody really ever knew me, but people would ridicule him and make fun of him because, you know, he was not really making fun of him, but wouldn't leave him alone because of autographs. But I've gotten a kick out of here in the last couple of years just seeing what he's done and everything. I'm like, we used to sit next to each other in class and all that kind of stuff, and he and I are the same age and all that. But, so I had that common tie. Like I said, I started getting the emails from Phil, and this program has really changed my life. I told Phil this story, and I think a couple of y'all have seen it. I went to the doctor 3 weeks ago for my annual physical, And was literally getting up on the scale, and the doctor did my weight. I'm not sure where the nurse was to do my weight, and she had her iPad there, and she kind of put the thing to 200, did all this, and I step on, and the thing doesn't move, and she kind of looks down, she kind of moves it to 150, puts it at 195, it's good, and it doesn't move, and she looks at me and goes, "What the hell have you been doing?" So she finally got it down, and I think I was at 180, and then she goes, "That's amazing." I said, "What are you talking about?" She goes, "You were here last June for a sinus infection. You were at 213. So I weighed myself 2 days ago. I'm at 174. So I started around the 208, 213 range, and now I'm at 174. And I can tell you my weight, just the whole weight loss, my whole muscle